Hello, and welcome back to the Kerbal Space program. My name is Dadman, but you already know that. So what are our active contracts? We've got science data and a satellite. So, really quickly, look, where does the satellite need to be? Out here, and that's in a prograde orbit, which is totally fine. The heck? This, by the way, is debris, and we want to call that debris. Except that's better. Of course, the only satellite currently working is Moonsat 1. That's the polar orbit satellite that we can get around the moon if we choose to accept that contract. That's fine. Not currently doing that. We're just gonna go ahead and launch something into this orbit, and that's gonna be fine, since that as far as I've seen, that contract does not have any requirements for that satellite whatsoever. Build a new unmanned probe that has an antenna and can generate power. So, antenna, we need that anyway, and can generate power, so photovoltaics. So, gonna go ahead and put something like this together. One of these is more than enough. I want that to angle snap, and I want that to be all around. That's nice. Also, Kerbsat 1 save. Before we build anything, really, we have a bunch of science to spend, don't we? So, how about we get some fairings? Where are those? Those aren't in here. Oh god, where are the fairings? Does that have the fairings somewhere? Are fairings not gonna happen until a later point? It should be in aerodynamics, right? At least like small fairings? That's the fairings thing, really, there. Airstream protective shell. Here we go. Why is that in... Okay, advanced construction. That actually makes sense. That's fine. We're gonna take that. Cause, first and foremost, we want the biggest antenna we currently have on here. And that has a habit of sticking out. Actually, how about we just make that like this? That has two antennas, but that's a little bit more balanced, I think. Of course, this will need a few science things because I want to send science home. So we're gonna put a thermometer and a barometer on here. That's all though, since we're not gonna overdo it. Also, I'm gonna put an engine year on here and kind of sink that into the vessel a bit. into the reaction wheel, so to say. That looks good. Now this can generate power, of course, and it has a battery. It has an antenna, so we have everything that this needs for both contracts. So we are gonna go ahead and put aerodynamics. Where is that fairing? That's not on the payload. Looks good to me. Honestly though, this doesn't need like any real fuel or anything, but what I want to have on there is a decoupler, not the really big one, cause rebuild that fairing. In the end, I wanna get the probe that will fly this thing back home. This will get its own antenna. How far can this go? Pretty much the same distance, can't it? Will be interesting to see. What I want to do here is put another fairing under this and connect it to this. And then I want to put some electricity in there, so this has some sort of way of staying alive. Because this is gonna come back after delivering the thing. I don't know how well that's gonna go, but I don't care how well that's gonna go. I'm gonna assume it's gonna go well. That's way too big for that. Well, good that that can clip in there, I guess. That will never actually go off until I say it so. And actually, that will go after it. That will go first. That will go beforehand. Okay. This is gonna be a little bit weird. I'm gonna go ahead and say I'll make sure that this doesn't wobble or anything by strutting these together. That should work fine. Then we'll put a fuel tank under that, and a bit more, and then LV909. That's 3K Delta V. Wow. Then that will get its own set of solar panels and its own antenna. That's fine with me. And under that, so that's gonna go, then that's gonna go. Actually, I'm pretty sure that that will go before that. Decoupler. And I'm pretty sure that that will still go before that. The engine under that, however, won't. This is probably gonna be fine. Swivel. LVT-45 in atmosphere, not enough. Now it's enough to actually get off, but of course that means nothing unless we... I'm not gonna use those. Those are totally fine. And essentially, I think the boosters are gonna be definitely enough. Solids, those have 1.6. Oh god. How about we just put more of these and swivels and nose cones. And space tape. I think it needs actually to strut up there. I mean, could do this to make sure it doesn't wobble. Yeah. Now how much does that have? Not enough thrust. Yikes. Let's do 4 instead. How are we doing now? Apart from the fact that that's unnecessary. Now we have enough thrust, and we have enough delta V as well. What I do want to do though... Okay, so these go, that goes, and that goes at the same time. Then the fairing goes at some point in the upper atmosphere. Then this goes, that can go at the same time. That disengages once we are in the orbit we want, and then we're gonna fly back. Now I don't know how well this is gonna work, but I'm again going to try to land these back at base, so to say, and have them go off as they go off. Don't know how well that's gonna work. I mean, that looks good. Seeing as we're probably going to have the same effect that we had last time. Where stuff just kinda didn't work. Save. This has easily enough delta V and easily enough for us to wait. So, check your staging. If there's one thing I've learned from watching Scott Manley's recent series, it's check your staging. Yeah, I think that's fine. Doesn't cost too much either. Let's launch this thing. SAS on. 2/3 thrust is probably enough. Get this up, and in 3, 2, 1, launch. Nope, 2/3 is not enough. Also, I totally forgot the fins, which means we're totally reverting if this wants to flip out again. Because flipping out is not something that real rockets do. Unless there's something really wrong. And there's nothing wrong with this rocket. Can tell you that. You're a wobbly one. Whoa. We don't want to be further yet. Nope. Okay. These are on deploy when safe, right? Whatever. Oops. Yep, that's the whole flipping out thing that I was thinking about. That is totally not how a rocket behaves. Let me adjust my stuff here a bit. Winglets. Disable roll control. So that should be fine. About the chutes. Deploy mode when safe, good. Also, matter of fuck. There. Altitude 600. Should easily be enough still. And they don't take that long to go down. You might actually get to the ground before you unload. Try that again. This is why I wouldn't ever actually try to play this game without quick saving and reverting. Okay. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. We are roughly where we want to be with our gravity turn. That's actually surprising. Halfway to 45 degrees at 5,000. At 45 degrees at about 9,000. That's 1,000 too early, actually. Keep burning this way for a bit. Yeah, I might actually get out of the atmosphere before... Okay. I love that cross formation that these do. So we are going for Kerbal stationary orbit or thereabouts. So we're first going for a transfer orbit. Kill the thrust, kill the fairing. That's some ejection force. Well, we're up here. We don't need that, good. But we can extend and extend. Looks good to me. Yeah, those are not gonna come down all the way until I'm out of the atmosphere. Those are gonna unload. Too bad. Those are gonna unload the moment I hit space. Or not. Well, for now, I'm gonna go ahead and burn this into orbit. We want to go out anyway, so just burning prograde here is no different than burning prograde somewhere else. Also, it means this stage will burn up. most likely. We need an apoapsis of 7. Okay. Okay, that officially makes this orbital debris not what I wanted. Well, if by 2 degrees, that's fine though. We are touching the orbit. Add maneuver. Add descending node. Add ascending node. Okay. And then... Okay, that's a descending node for me though. I wanna... Yeah, I wanna ascend. Or actually, no, I wanna descend. That's fine actually. So that is in plane. That's just a little burn. Might actually be able to dump this into the atmosphere after all. So yeah, unfortunately the debris is totally gone, so can't really... Can we? Krebs had 1 debris. Yeah, that. But yeah, no. That's the stuff that's actually back on the launch pad. I want to do that burn pretty much exactly like as good as possible. Okay, good to know that P is the hotkey for hiding precise node. I guess it makes sense. Minute, 30 seconds. And I'm out of fuel in that. Yeah. Okay, that's pretty much 0. That debris will not go back into the atmosphere, unfortunately. That will just stay out here in orbit. What we're gonna do now is burn a little bit prograde to get our apoapsis more on top of the thing. And then at apoapsis, we're going to burn this up. And I'm also gonna burn this over a bit. And hit exactly the orbit that we needed. Get on the nav ball. Yep, good. What I want this to do, by the way, this hibernate in warp, same as this. Oops, this hibernate in warp. Oh yeah, also, we are totally in space high above Kerbal. Pressure scan. Already have that. Do we have a temperature scan from here? Yep. Well, transmit it. It's a contract. And then we want to go all the way up to that maneuver node. We're gonna start burning 15 seconds beforehand. Maybe like 16, 17. Actually, we're gonna start burning in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. As soon as the orbit disappears, we know that we are on the orbit that we need to be on. There, perfect match. Stability. Dude, this is 10 seconds, come on. Thank you. That's that contract done. Now, gonna go ahead and aim you at Kerbal. And stage you off. Goodbye. And you are gonna go ahead and burn retrograde wherever that is, dear. We have so much fuel we can easily slow down in the lower orbit. So we don't come in quite as hot. So I'm gonna burn this down to like 75. $74 is fine. There again. I don't trust the warp here function that much, but it seems to be fine. 75Z. Kill that maneuver. This, of course, does not have Kerbal Engineer on it. But that's fine. Gonna come in over the KSC, pretty much. Burn the periapsis down to like 39, 28, 25, that's fine. And then we're gonna, that's already, well, in any way, this should be fine. Turn SAS off. Don't need that. Actually, turn it back on. And now turn it off. Now we should stay retrograde in any way. Just to make sure though, we're gonna go, I can't pump yet, can I? Never mind then. This looks cool. What the heck? What is that? I guess epilepsy warning. Those are just the solar panels. Those are fine to blow off. Don't care about that. I guess that's the fairing doing that? Maybe? I mean, yeah, I think. That's the fairing doing that. Anyway, it's weird. Boom. Three, two, one. Dude, nice. Yeah, that's the first unmanned vehicle we land back. I don't know how efficient that was to actually bring back that stage. I mean, from a cost standpoint. Anyway, let's recover this. Yeah, that gave us back 3,800 funds. That's not nothing. But it's not really something either. Let's see if there's any other... I love that. Nice relay. See if there's any other debris that we can recover. That's in a stable orbit. Third hop, moon hop. That's the one that's gonna come down next. That's stable. Stable orbit. Stable orbit. So there's just one that's gonna come down from the moon hop. Honestly, I don't care. So, I guess in the next episode, we're gonna go ahead and pick some new contracts. Actually, explore the moon, land on the moon, and plant a flag on the moon. Well, that's our moon mission then. While we're doing that, we're gonna rescue somebody from the orbit of the moon, because why the hell not? We have unlimited resources when it comes to building stuff right now. So, we also fly by the moon, orbit the moon. Orbit the moon, fly by the moon. Fly by the moon, orbit the moon. You know, position a satellite in a specific orbit of the moon. That's gonna be multiple things then, but test the Sepatron at launch site, well, why the hell not? That's free money. There's a whole lot of people who wanna go to the moon. As long as nobody wants to land on the moon, I can do all of those at the same time. Practically. Also, we're gonna send a satellite to Minmus since we want to go unmanned to Minmus anyway. Honestly, how are we looking parts-wise? Just one more minute here. From a crew cabin perspective, what do we have? Just that. If I had a hitchhiker container, it would be like with real big parts. That would be really cool and easy. I clicked out of the game. Really quickly gonna go ahead and test the Sepatron, since I can. just with no fuel in it. But yeah, I guess we're gonna do what we have from a contract standpoint, and then we're gonna just do a really big moon mission where we get all the contracts for visitors to the moon done. If I just go ahead and send a satellite to Minmus right now, then I definitely have enough science to unlock this, which is the skipper and the pool, as well as this, which is big tanks and fuel lines. So all I need is 180 science to actually get big rockets and the bigger crew cabin. There's the hitchhiker container, so another 90. But that's easily doable with one trip to Minmus. Like, that's easy. So, we're gonna do the Minmus satellite contract. And can we do anything else while doing that? I mean, I guess we can also send a probe to orbit the moon and send some science back, some goo science, since we're going to the moon anyway, though. We're gonna see in the next episode. Till then, leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe for more, and until next time, I'm WW Dadman. Bye.